everybody, welcome back to the West Coast and welcome back to Simulation for the Nation, where today, or this evening, as we just... Someone's shut that door on me, that's why it's so tight. We are trying to push ahead with a lot of our spring harvest still. We've had a good day though today, truth be told. We have, we brought a contractor in to try and help us to kind of get ahead really. So we were able to push hard. We probably got best part of 150 acres done today with 2 elections on the go. So I'm happy about that, but we still have quite a bit left to do in all honesty. So it's going to be us pushing on into the night a little bit. So we're just tipping a load of spring wheat here at the moment. Let's see how that's coming along. Might need to edge us forward here in a second. But yeah, the wheat's still coming in a little higher than I'd anticipate, or I prefer. It's probably coming in around about, well, we're done, perfect, get that down. It's coming in around about 17% at the moment, but we just can't keep it out anymore. We were delayed getting started this morning because it was above 20% and it really wasn't coming down. So we had to wait for that. I can shut my door here and put my windows down. So we were delayed getting started, as I mentioned, and we finally have got started. That was a mishap, I'm going to call it. I'm yet to clear up. I have to clear that up later on. But it's going to go into the dryer anyway, so it's damp, really, if I'm honest. It is just damp. That tractor there is the contractors with the chaser bin on, and that chaser bin is actually full. My barley silo is full at the moment, so I can't get any more in there, which is just phenomenal. So we're going to have to unload the chaser bin there into trailers, tip the trailers into the grain shed, I think. So we'll have a look at that one. Probably tomorrow. Spoke with the contractor. His combine's parked up here anyway, so he's not doing any more work today. It's actually in the field we'll drive past now. So we need to just kind of push on and see what we can get done ourselves. I am currently finishing off some spring wheat. As I mentioned, we've probably got about another block of 10 acres or so to finish, so it shouldn't take us too long. There's just me working now. Barry is, beg your pardon, Jamie is currently working on the baler, servicing the baler, getting that ready to go. We might have to bring that in to start baling this evening. But we're kind of still making our mind up on that one, or I'm still making my mind up. In there you see is the monstrous lection from the contractor. But we are going to go into the village of Woolhope, back out the other side, and there's a little entrance to our field we're going to pop through. So we'll just creep into there, and then the combine's probably got about 2/3 of a tank full at the moment, so we need to empty that out quickly, push on and see what we can get done, because time is really ticking on. I need to get the fent out drilling at the moment. I've got a bit of a problem. Ooh, it's a little bit greasy on the road there. I skidded out a bit. I have the fent vario needs to be on 2 machines at the moment, and it can't be for obvious reasons. I need to be able to bale with it, but I also need to be on the drill because this Massey just doesn't have enough guts to pull the fent or pull the various drill up the slightly steep hills around here. So I don't know. I'm in 2 minds at the moment about trading this in. We've got quite a few hours on the clock anyway, so it's had a good run with us, but it's just. No, it should be able to pull the drill, but I put it on there and it's just a little gutless really. So we'll have to wait and see. But for now we're going to carry on. We're going to push through this field here. We've got that little triangle down there to do. And probably best part, like I say, about 10 acres in here, maybe a little bit more. It is just about 6 PM at night, so I'm not sure how much longer we'll get to go before the moisture levels kind of kick up and stop us. But we can see. All we can do is keep pushing on really and keep trying. So I will just loop this round onto the auger side of the combine and we'll get this emptied out and we'll start. There is quite a bit of straw here at the moment as well. So it's something that I'd like to look into to get baled because I don't want to lose any of this straw, that's for certain. Okay, park like that. I've left my lights on. Brilliant. My light switches here. Lovely. Alright. So we'll just get our auger pulled out. to move a little bit closer. As you can see, the sun looks like it's about to start dipping behind the hills there, so it's going to get dark pretty quickly once that starts to happen. Hopefully we can get through here. As I say, I'm at the point now, as we look at the map here, of the fields we've still got to cut. We still have 35, 36, we're in 49 down here at the moment, and then we've still got to go over to 67, which isn't quite finished yet. I'm at the point now where if I get... yawning. If I can get past, or finish 49 this evening, get ready to go into 35 or 36 tomorrow, I'll be happy. We're making some good progress there. We've probably only got about 70 acres left to do all in. So, no, maybe a bit less, maybe 50, 55 perhaps. But we'll see. So we'll get that pulled in. The tractor can wait there for us to come back and we'll just continue pushing on down here. It is a thick crop as well. From a yield point of view, we're doing really well. It's coming in very well. So we'll have to see how we can progress. But at the moment I'm very happy with how this is coming through here. So we will keep monitoring it. See how it comes on, and yeah, no, I will come back to you as we start to put some lights on now. We'll have to see how long this lasts for, but it's going to be a fun evening. It's going to be a little bit tense as we try and get this pushed through. We'll see how we can, how far we can get. But yeah, join us later on, and we'll give you an update as we continue. Welcome back, everybody. Just thought I'd bring you back here as we see the sunset is starting to look rather special over the valley. Looking really nice there. Those fields that still have crops in there, even the crops are starting to look pretty good, even though they've got that wet, dark, mildewy colour to them. But yeah, it's quite a nice evening all in. That's my buzzer going off to say we're half full again. So I'll have to spin out there shortly. I'll probably get to the end of this row, I should imagine. We're making good progress through this field of wheat. Not a lot left at all. This is this variety of spring wheat called Tybolt, and it's like I say, it's a spring milling wheat. So all being well, if we can get this dry enough with what we do is we send a sample bag away to the stores, and they'll test it to see if it's high enough protein quality. If we manage to make that high enough protein quality, this will be going away for milling, which means it'll more than likely be turned into biscuits or flour for bread somewhere. So we will be pushing through. We'll see how much we can get done here. There's a lot of tidying up we're going to have to do in this field. When we opened up this field, I wasn't actually here. Jamie jumped on for an hour just to get going, and he left a few bits he wasn't sure about. This belt here up the side is absolutely soaking wet, both the ground and the wheat itself, so we might not get into that now. Certainly won't be drying out anymore this evening. I'm half in mind to leave that, and we'll turn it into a game strip, really. Like some food for wild birds over the winter. There's not a lot there. I was probably losing about an acre, but it's, when we checked it this morning, for some reason that was still in the 25% region, so it's just never going to dry out today or this evening, not in time for us to cut it at least. But for now we'll keep pushing through. We're starting to get just a block of ends here. Oh, I'm 25% full, so that should be good. Shouldn't take us too much longer here. It is about 7 o'clock now, so hopefully if the weather stays like, if we can keep it cool enough as it is now for about another hour, we should see us through. But you know, it's always up to change. There's always a lot of variances there, so we will see how it goes. Oh, getting a little bit sticky there. I have to slow it down a touch. This crop is very thick at the moment here. Our spot yields are coming in about 4.5 ton, or about 9 ton an acre actually. So there's a lot here. 9 ton a hectare, beg your pardon. So we are keeping on top of it, which for this kind of light land on the top of the hill is very impressive actually. Very impressive. It's usually a lot thinner up here, but we'll see what we can do. I'd like to think on some of our richer ground we were able to get a kind of around 11-12 ton, perhaps a little bit more, but we'll see. We'll see. I have to take a look at it once it all comes in and see how this crop's come along. We will be trying to get a lot more winter crops in the ground just so it stretches out our harvest a little bit more, so we're not all pushed into the back end of autumn as we are this year. But there were varying circumstances which led to that, so we'll have to wait and see. all being well, we'll carry on drilling over the next few days and just get a bit of an advantage. With the Valdestad drill going, we can kind of cover, if the ground's ready to go ahead of us, we can easily cover in the realms of about kind of 100 acres a day. So if it's there to do, we'll certainly get ploughing on, but we will see. For now though, I'm nearly full. I think, ooh, get the hill. We are slipping, it's a bit wet here. Okay. What we'll do at this stage though is I'm going to pop down. We're just going to go and fill up the trailer with the last of the wheat in here. And then yeah, we'll get one more load away to the shed, get that put into the shed, into the dry. And then we'll get this little lump finished up. And then yeah, I'll come back and check in with you when we're getting close to being done. I just wanted to share the sunset this evening. And yeah, we'll come back and follow up with you later on. Well folks, that's the end of this field for the night. I have decided we're going to leave that. It's still very green in the bottom as well, so it's never going to dry out. There's a bit of seed in there though, and we do usually like to put extra feeders out for some of the pheasants and the wild birds around here. So there we go, that's going to go towards those guys. I have had nothing but issues since we last left. I am now carting grain with the class Arion. The Massey has broken down on me, and I've about had enough of that tractor, to be honest. It's been a little bit of a frustration for the last few days. But yeah, I've lost all drive in it somehow. It won't go forwards or backwards on me, and I need to make sure I pay attention here so I don't crash into the trees. It won't go forwards or backwards on me, and I've just lost any ability to select a range, select the drive. So the fit is going to come out. We'll have to have a look. Oh, I need to get my further over, and we'll see from there. But yeah, it's unlikely that we'll be using that again. I just feel like it's now time to move away from Massey's. Good news is though, as I scrape through there, we've managed to get our get that field finished. It's all tucked up, tied up there. I'm going to park the combine here. We're not going to move it tonight. What I'm going to do instead is go back, drop this load of wheat off, and then I'm half tempted to bring out the tractor and baler and get some baling started, if nothing else. So we'll leave him there, tucked about the way on top of the hill for the night, and then yeah, we'll wander on down. We're going to grab the. You can see there's still a bit of greenery in the bottom there. It's not ideal, but what can we do? There we go. We'll take this load back in the class, and then yeah, I'll see. It's at the moment the straw's not too damp, so I want to get a start on this just because I'm not sure when the rain's going to come tomorrow, and then we could be in the same position where we won't get anything baled. So strike while the iron's hot, I believe, and we'll see what we can get done. So yeah, we'll take this back now anyway. I've got to say, this class handles, with a Red Rock trailer full of wheat on the back, it handles better on the road than that Massey does as well. It's got more grip. That Massey was all over the place, so we'll have to see about. I have a think. Financially, we could probably afford to trade it in. It's whether or not I want to trade it up or not. That is the big expense. So we'll have to see. But yeah, lots of different questions and things to consider. So there we go. Get my lights on properly. It's been nice and quiet through the village here. There's actually very few people in and around, which is nice. But it's not one of my favourite tasks, carting wheat, grain, harvesting late at night, because you just don't know what's coming on the roads. Particularly when you have to move the combine when it's too dark. That's not a fun experience. I don't know when the contractor's coming to pick up his machine. Certainly he said he didn't have anything left on the books to cut, so it might be there for a day or two. We'll just take this a little slower. Perfect. And we also need to clear up the spillage in the yard here, but to do that we'll have to get the telehandler over, so we'll see. Lots of jobs to finish up here. It is only 7:30. Feels a lot later though, because it's starting to get cold and damp at night. So we'll have to see. I'm leaning towards bringing the combine over, so if we can get going tomorrow, we'll go into there. That field there is about 20 acres, so we'll see if we can push into that one. But yeah, all wait and see really. But right now the fence is even hooked up to the Valdestad drill, so we need to take that off first. Yeah, we managed to tow the Massey a little bit, pulled it out of the way, but it's essentially an ornament there at the moment. So I don't know if it's just a fuse that's gone. We had to look for the fuses, but they look okay. So I need to. But whatever it is, I just can't get any drive going, which is a very peculiar situation. There we go. We can kind of see what we're doing now with the lights on. Looks a little bit better. We'll just get this tipped up here for this evening, and this week will be fine in here for a while. Okay, maybe just back it into that corner a little bit more. There we go. Perfect, so we'll get this tipped up there and then we'll have a look, see what we can do for some baling this evening. So, call me crazy, but we're going to go and have a little dabble with the baler. See how we get on. It's pitch black, it's probably about 8 o'clock now and it's getting damper and damper, but we're going to see if we can at least take the headlands off one of the fields and see how we get on. But you know, that's what we have to do when it gets to this kind of time of year, where the weather conditions are never on your side and the weather gods deem it suitable to be as difficult as possible. So we can only deal with the hand that we've got, so we are going to see how that rolls. Hopefully the main problem we might have if the bales get too damp is that they stick a little bit when they've got on the sledge on the back. And then you can quite often find as well that they might start to sweat a little bit if you stack them inside too early. We're not going to be stacking them inside, we are going to be making the most of the lean-to we have, or the Dutch barn we built down here. So we should see that that's not going to be too much of a problem. But I can't say the same for the sticking, so we'll have to see. According to my in-cab clock here, it's about 20 past 8, so we'll have to see how we get on. We're going to do the... we've gone past the entrance now, so we'll have to go up to the other field. But we're going to do these two fields, the bucket build up there, and like I say, we'll stick them into the Dutch barn probably tomorrow morning first thing. But yeah, if we get one of these fields bailed up this evening, then that would be ideal, but you just never know how we can get on. I have refilled all of the baler twine. I've got the baler twine filled up in here today. Jamie actually did that for me, so that's nice. We've got a... I see you walking too. We've got plenty to keep us going in here today. 334 bales worth, so that'll be good. Gets harder and harder at night to see where my entrance is here. There we go. We are in the 936 Vario. I think I've been thinking about it more and more. I think we might look to change in that Massey. The contractor has got an 828 on the chaser bin, and that's a nice machine. That is a really nice tractor and a nice size. We don't want something as big as this, but we want something that has enough grunt that it can pull the Vadestad without any issues. And I think we might be looking at something in the realms of a, you know, perhaps an 828 would be better. This is 360 horsepower, so we don't want to go quite this big. It's a little bit too much again at the moment. At least you never know, our output might change in the future where we need two big machines, but right now an 828 will probably see us through, I would imagine. If I stick with Fent as well, I know what I'm getting with Fent. I feel confident with them and their machines, so that's what would make sense to me at least. But we'll have to see what's available, see what's on the market, and how we can approach it really. First priority though would be to get the fitter out in the morning, and they can have a look at this Massey, see if we can get that going. Because at the moment I can't afford to be a tractor down really right now, so we'll have to see what they can do for me. But yeah, right now we'll see if we can get these headlands done as I mentioned, and we'll take it from there. Anything else after the headlands is just a bit of a bonus really. Seems to be coming through alright at the moment. It's not blocking up for me at all. Get some lights on so I can see what's going on here. Yes it is, it's quite a clear night. Stars are out in force it seems. Still a bit of dust coming off the baler. Quite often you'll find that there's a lot more dust coming off a machine after it's rained. Don't quite know how that works, but that's quite often what you'll see. So it's I wouldn't necessarily view this as being especially dry, just that it's been soaked once or twice. But even here, we're slowing right down a little bit. This baler does take some pulling. Okay, Jamie's missed a little bit here as well. Oh, and the chunk there. I'll have to catch those little bits with the discs. Look at that for a moon. Can't quite see it from there. Not quite a full moon. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get pushing on here. What I think I'll do now is we'll get up to the top of this hill. I just want to go and have a look at the straw, see how it's coming along, make sure it's not too wet. As you can see, we left a little bit of greenery starting to come through. This field was desiccated before we sprayed it, and the idea of desiccation is that it kills off any of the green. What I would say is, though, because it's been left for a while longer than we'd have liked it to with the damp conditions, the rain has kind of encouraged a lot of growth, and that's what we're experiencing here at the moment. At this stage, we weren't going to put any more applications of herbicide down there, or broadleaf herbicide, just because it wouldn't have been cost effective, really. So it does mean that when it gets wet, it takes a little longer to dry out. But at this stage, we'll take that. We'll take that hit. I think we've managed so far, so we'll have to see. Other than that, it is what it is. As we stop here, let's just open that, and then from a safety perspective, we'll just turn off the baler. Okay, everything's looking good. Last bale was, where's that last bale come out? Must have dropped on the hill here somewhere. No, okay. On the sled still? Yeah. Bale wise, it's looking nice and tight. Really robust looking bale here, which is great news. Nice and solid. We've got the tensioners on point here. They really are drilling down to make us a good strong bale, nice and dense, which is great news. It does mean that when you've got one on the back of the baler and it's damp and it's not quite sliding off as quickly as it should do, perhaps, it's a lot of extra weight for the tractor to pull up a hill. But we're getting there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push on through the night here. This has just been a quick kind of blog, really, of what's going on today. There's been a lot of mishaps and misfortunes, but hey, that's farming. You know, that's how we have to adapt and how we have to push on. So we're doing that. Right now, though, we're going to keep going. If it gets better weather tomorrow, then we'll likely, all being well, we'll likely just push on and take the combine back up the yard. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what tomorrow brings. So until next time, thank you very much for watching as always. I hope you have enjoyed this short little update. I have been Simulation for the Nation. If you have enjoyed what you've seen, don't forget to hit that like button. If you haven't, hit that thumbs down. And if you are new to the channel, firstly, welcome. And secondly, please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. It really does help a lot. But for now, until we meet again, thanks very much. Do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing. But most importantly, happy farming.